Each of the paired sphenoidal sinuses is contained within the body of the sphenoid. They vary in size and shape, and owing to the lateral displacement of the intervening septum, they are rarely symmetrical. They cannot be palpated during an extraoral examination. The following are their average measurements. Vertical height 2.2 cm, transverse breadth 2 cm, antero-posterior depth 2.2 cm. Relations. When exceptionally large, they may extend into the roots of the pterygoid processes or great wings, and may invade the basilar part of the occipital bone. Each sinus opens into the roof of the nasal cavity via apertures on the posterior wall of the sphenoethmoidal recess directly above the choana. The apertures are located high on the anterior walls of the sinuses themselves. Development. They are present as very small cavities at birth, but their main development takes place after puberty. Innervation. The mucous membrane receives sensory innervation by the posterior ethmoidal nerves and postganglionic parasympathetic fibers of the facial nerve that synapse to the pterygopalatine ganglion, which controls secretion of mucus. Complications. A potential complication of sphenoidal sinusitis is cavernous sinus thrombosis. If a fast-growing tumor erodes the floor of the sinus, the Vidian nerve could be in danger. If the tumor spreads laterally, the cavernous sinus and all its constituent nerves could be in danger. Use in neurosurgery. Because only thin shelves of bone separate the sphenoidal sinuses from the nasal cavities below and hypophyseal fossa above, the pituitary gland can be surgically approached through the roof of the nasal cavities by first passing through the anterior-inferior aspect of the sphenoid bone and into the sinuses, followed by entry through the top of the sphenoid bone into the hypophyseal fossa. Additional images. Sphenoidal sinus. Sphenoidal sinus. Paranasal sinuses. Sphenoid bone. Anterior and inferior surfaces. Lateral wall of nasal cavity, showing ethmoid bone in position. Horizontal section of nasal and orbital cavities. Oblique section through the cavernous sinus. Lateral wall of nasal cavity. Sagittal section of nose, mouth, pharynx, and larynx. Paranasal sinuses. Nose diagram. Sphenoidal sinus. Sphenoidal sinus.